Hello, Peter.
Hello everyone, this is Austin from Marvelous Videos, and today we will be breaking down the second trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home is arguably the most anticipated film of 2021, and everyone was very eager to watch the second trailer to see what else gets revealed about the movie. Sadly, there was no reveal of Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield in this trailer, but there is still plenty to talk about here. One quick side note about Andrew and Tobey: many people believe they found shots in the trailer that contained the other Spider-Men, but they were edited out. Let's not wait any longer to dive shot by shot into this long-awaited trailer. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Tom Holland's Peter Parker starts off by talking about the best week of his life being when MJ found out that he was Spider-Man. This is referring to the week comprising of Far From Home and up until his identity is revealed. At the beginning of the trailer, he also mentions getting bit by a radioactive spider for the first time ever in the MCU. Of course, most of us already knew the origin of Peter Parker's powers, but this could be important due to the recent announcement of the new Spider-Man Freshman Year's animated show that will contain Peter Parker's origin story in the MCU. It then cuts to some scenes we saw in the last trailer with Peter and Doctor Strange in the Sanctum, but with some new dialogue. Due to this new dialogue from Doctor Strange, we now have explicit confirmation that the spell is 100% what caused the villains from the previous Spider-Man movies to enter the MCU. After this, we then get our first shot of the Green Goblin in his full Green Goblin suit from the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. We then get to see the new black and gold Spider-Man suit for the first time as Peter is dodging yellow lightning, most likely from Electro. After this, we get even more scenes from the fight on the bridge shown in the last trailer and hear Dr. Octopus say his "Hello Peter" line again, which still gives me chills. We get some big but subtle details during these scenes. Dr. Octopus acknowledges that this Peter is not the Peter Parker he was expecting, which hints even further that Tobey Maguire will most likely be in this film. Another detail is that Dr. Octopus's tentacles have a light tint of Iron Man colors on them, which could mean that he somehow acquired Stark's technology. After all of that craziness, we get a comedic scene of Peter, MJ, and Ned laughing at the name of Dr. Otto Octavius, which is reminiscent of the jokes made about him in the original Spider-Man 2. There is also another funny scene directly after this one when Doctor Strange is asking for the group's help to round up the escaped villains, and he makes a Scooby-Doo reference. Next, there are shots of lightning bolts striking police cars, and right after this, a shot of J. Jonah Jameson. Then there is a much wider shot of the same scene from above, and there is a lot of sand flying around, most likely from Sandman. Comparing this trailer and the last, there are actually quite a few scenes that show just sand and electricity, which makes me think that there will be a bit of a partnership between Sandman and Electro. Then we have dialogue of Doctor Strange telling Peter that all of these loose villains died at the hands of Spider-Man, and they have to because it's their fate, which we know this from the past 5 Spider-Man movies. Although this, as of right now, is a bit of a plot hole since at least 2 of the villains lived after the end of their movies. But there are rumors that all of the villains are variants from different universes, which, if true, I don't know how I feel about that, since I would rather see a continuation of the same stories. Back to the trailer, Peter takes issue with all of the villains having to go back to their deaths and steals the box we see in both trailers from Doctor Strange. We suspect that this box is a way to catch the villains or to contain them. Now we start to see the big ending action scenes a bit. They show Electro's whole character for the first time, and he looks nothing like how he did in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, which is for the best in my opinion. He looks a lot more comic accurate, especially because of the color of his electricity and costume. Then they show more Green Goblin along with new dialogue from Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin, which is bound to get any fan of the original Sam Raimi trilogy very excited. Then there is a very quick shot of a magical explosion on top of a building that looks very similar to when the spell went wrong at the beginning of the trailer. We will have to wait to see exactly what this is. Then we get a beautiful shot of Electro, Sandman, and the Lizard all next to each other ready for a fight. This is our first official view of the Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man movies in No Way Home. I am really hoping that Sandman will keep the same morals that he had in Spider-Man 3 and won't be a full-on villain. Then we see Peter in his suit leaping towards them to fight, and then we cut to the most expected scene of any Spider-Man movie. MJ falls off of the building they're on towards the ground, and Peter jumps off to attempt to save her. Does that remind you of any other movies? After a title screen, there is a crazy scene of Doctor Strange and Peter at the Statue of Liberty. There are streaks of mostly purple running through the night sky, and once they zoom in, it looks like the sky is starting to crack open. Coinciding with this, we have Doctor Strange stating they're starting to come through, and I can't stop them. This could mean many things, and honestly, this scene interests me the most of any in the trailer. This could be at the beginning and just be referring to the villains that we already know about, but I believe that this is at the end of the movie. I think that this scene will lead us into the movie Doctor Strange 2: Multiverse of Madness. That is the next movie coming out from Marvel after Spider-Man No Way Home, and we already know that the two movies are tied together. There are so many more tiny details to be found in this trailer in the coming days. Please comment any unique ones that you noticed down below. I am honestly happy that they saved some of the bigger reveals for the movie itself. But I know some people will disagree and believe that they should have included the other Spider-Men in the trailer. But it's worth it for the amazing theater experience that will hopefully be somewhat close in energy to when Avengers Endgame released in theaters. Thank you everyone for watching this quick breakdown, and I can't wait to be able to talk about the movie after it has finally released. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.